Thank you for participating in this on-demand learning session sponsored by Student Affairs Planning, Assessment, and Research. We hope it gives you more insight into assessment and student affairs. This session is a brief overview about implementing focus groups as a data collection method. This session will focus on physically setting up a focus group and actually implementing the focus group. Refer to our other on-demand videos for information about the purposes and characteristics of focus groups, preparing for a focus group, and analysis after the focus group. When you're ready to set up the physical space for the focus group, be sure that the space is quiet and allows for participants to see each other. A conference table usually works well for that, or you may have people sitting in a circle without a table. Set up the refreshments if you provide any, so people can get those as they come in. If you need any materials or resources, be sure those are ready to go. That could include handouts, a computer and screen, pictures, or other things that participants will use or look at. If you are audio recording the focus group, be sure the recorder is fully charged and working correctly. Also, if you're using a co-facilitator to take notes and/or work the recorder, be sure that person's space is set up, usually outside of the participant circle or table. When you get to the actual focus group time, several strategies will help with implementation. As participants arrive, the facilitator should chat with them to build rapport and make them comfortable. It may be appropriate to set some ground rules. The facilitator will then ask the questions, and at the end, the facilitator will bring the focus group to a close. I'll get into details in the next several slides. As participants come into the setting, the facilitator should introduce themselves. They might ask easy questions such as majors and classification for students, or department and longevity of staff. The small talk will help people be comfortable. Once everyone is settled, the facilitator can explain the process and answer any questions the participants might have. Before the facilitator begins the official questions, the participants can introduce themselves to the group. You may want to have them create name tags if they don't already know each other. Ground rules help to maintain a smooth process that stays on track. They don't have to be complicated or elaborate, but they can be referred back to if the focus group is getting off track. It's helpful that only one person speak at a time, especially if the group is being audio recorded. Because participants may be sharing about themselves or their opinions, participants should agree to keep the information confidential and respect each other's opinions. That said, they don't have to always agree with each other or come to consensus. That's not the point of the focus group. In addition, it's okay that not all participants answer all questions, so they have a right to pass. Groups may have additional ground rules depending on the context. You may want to have some of the ground rules pre-prepared on a whiteboard or a flip chart to speed up the process. The facilitator should be at least somewhat skilled in working with small groups of people and understanding group dynamics. The questions should move from easy to more complex or sensitive. As people get comfortable, they're more likely to open up. At the same time, the facilitator needs to manage the group so that the important questions are asked before time runs out. Sometimes that entails reining the group in or steering the conversation back to the topic without alienating any participant. The facilitator should pay attention to body language to know who is confused, interested in answering, thinking about their answer, disagreeing with others, etc. When that happens, the facilitator can invite people to contribute, as well as clarify questions as needed. Once all of the questions are asked and the time comes to an end, the facilitator should smoothly bring the conversation to a close. It may be helpful to review some of the major themes that the participants provided, which may be something the co-facilitator does if you have one. It's helpful to provide information or reminders to the participants about how the information will be used, what the next steps are, whether they can expect any follow-up, and who to contact if they have questions. As with any assessment method, You want to thank the participants for their valuable time and insight. Here are the references I used for this presentation. These and other suggested resources can be found on the Student Affairs Planning, Assessment, and Research website. Thank you for participating in the Student Affairs Planning, Assessment, and Research On-Demand Learning Series. If you have any questions, please check out our website at sapar.tamu.edu, call us at 979-862-5624, or email us at sapar@tamu.edu. We would be happy to help.